President Biden has authorized Ukraine to use U.S.-supplied long-range missiles for strikes within Russia, marking a significant shift in U.S. policy, according to American officials. The weapons, known as Army Tactical Missile Systems (ATACMS), are expected to target Russian and North Korean forces operating in western Russia's Kursk region to defend Ukrainian positions. The decision, made just 2 months before President-elect Donald J. Trump is set to take office, has divided Biden's advisors. Trump has pledged to scale back U.S. support for Ukraine. Officials say the move comes in response to Russia's unexpected deployment of North Korean troops to support its campaign in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky did not explicitly confirm the authorization but hinted at the importance of missile quantity over public acknowledgement. "Blows are not inflicted with words," Zelensky said in his nightly address. "The rockets will speak for themselves." This policy change follows a gradual easing of restrictions on U.S.-supplied weapons after Russia launched a cross-border assault toward Kharkiv earlier this year. While the U.S. previously allowed Ukraine to use HIMARS with a range of 50 miles against Russian forces near the border, Biden had withheld approval for the longer-range ATACMS, which can strike up to 190 miles. Officials emphasized that while the shift may not drastically change the war's trajectory, it aims to signal North Korea that its forces are vulnerable and deter further troop deployments. The missiles are expected to target troop concentrations, military assets, logistics hubs, and supply lines deep within Russian territory, potentially disrupting Russia and North Korea's joint assault on Ukrainian forces. However, the decision has sparked concerns among some U.S. officials about possible Russian retaliation against the U.S. or its allies. Others believe these fears are exaggerated. The policy underscores the ongoing debate over how far the U.S. should go in arming Ukraine amidst Russia's full-scale invasion, which began in February 2022. Some Pentagon officials opposed giving them to the Ukrainians because they said the U.S. Army had limited supplies. Some White House officials feared that Mr. Putin would widen the war if they gave the missiles to the Ukrainians. Supporters of a more aggressive posture toward Moscow say Mr. Biden and his advisors have been too easily intimidated by Mr. Putin's hostile rhetoric, and they say that the administration's incremental approach to arming the Ukrainians has disadvantaged them on the battlefield. Proponents of Mr. Biden's approach say that it had largely been successful at averting a violent Russian response. Allowing long-range strikes on Russian territory using American missiles could change that equation. In August, the Ukrainians launched their own cross-border assault into the Kursk region, where they seized a swath of Russian territory. Since then, U.S. officials have become increasingly concerned about the state of the Ukrainian army, which has been stretched thin by simultaneous Russian assaults in the east, Kharkiv, and now Kursk. The introduction of more than 10,000 North Korean troops and Mr. Biden's response come as Mr. Trump prepares to re-enter office with a stated goal of quickly ending the war.